What's up guys? So we're at Rivington village and this is Rivington church. So we're going to walk about now around the church and amongst the graves and see if any spirit people's names come forward. And they've got the old lich gate. I love these country churches where they have the old lich gate. There we go, we're in. All the old country churches used to have these old lich gates. So we're in. So this is an old church. Some of the graves date back a couple of 100 years in here. It's the main parish church for this region, Rivington, which is its home village. Dates back 300 years. So what we tend to get when we're running spirit box in these graveyards is literally name after name after name coming through. So Andy's running that and we'll see if anything comes through. That looks like a really old stone of something. It looks like it used to be some masonry over a door or something. It also looks to be in Latin, I think. It's old, for sure, yeah. Alright, so we'll take a walk about, get a feel for the place, and we'll find somewhere nice and peaceful to sit, and then we'll see what comes through. Some are very old and overgrown. Some old stone posts there as well. And because we're in the middle of summer solstice right now, we don't go dark here till 11 o'clock at night, and this is why we have to do our paranormal at the minute by sunlight. So we're going to sit on this bench, and he's going to catch up with me with the spirit talker. And by the look of it, the older graves are all over there. So let's see what he's getting through. Let's see if he's getting anything through. Have you had anything yet?
The crossroads between life and death.
Really? Is that what you got?
No.
Is that what it said?
Just said shut down, not hit, missed. And you're going to get a drop in the mountains. And,
where did you get that crossroads between life and death from?
no, it just said crossroads.
Oh, okay, oh, you put that.
Crossroads.
Alright.
Yeah. Gluttony. Gluttony.
Gluttony. So there's some very big graves there. Those columns tend to be family plots.
Husband.
Is your husband buried here? The older graves seem to be back there, and
This is looking nice.
oh, aye. Let's show you what we use.
Green field. Yeah.
I've seen some things written in Latin down there. I'm going to have a little walk around the church and come back, because I think the oldest graves are down this bit here by the look of it. Are there any? What?
Haunt them.
Right, well if I walk around and come back and I'll ask out if anybody, see what you get on that, alright?
Yeah.
Are there any spirit people here, please, would like to come forward from these graves and make themselves known? When did you live? When did you die? What are your names? Yeah, these are definitely the oldest graves. And you can always tell because there's bits of masonry lying about where they've like took the old things away and put new things in place. If you're here amongst the gravestones, would you like to come forward and speak to me, please? Either on this camera, or if you go to Andy and talk to him there, we can pick up your messages. Are you buried here? Are your loved ones buried here? My name's Alison, and we are interested in speaking to anybody who's crossed over to the spirit world, anybody with a story to tell us, anybody who isn't quite at rest, and what reason. Do you have any messages at all? They look really scary from the back, these graves, because the writing's on the other side. and because they've been hit by the weather, they're all like brown and green and dark colours. And I can imagine walking through here on Halloween night or something like that in the dark with a lantern would be really, really creepy. It'd be like from a horror film set. Look at the squirrel there. Imagine, I think if I was a squirrel, I'd probably make this my home as well. We're going to walk back over to Andy now, so you're able to speak to him and give him your messages. If you have any messages. I'm going to take a picture of them on the way out, all those crosses. It's a lot of crosses. I think it must have been the fashion of the time to have the crucifix gravestone. We went from the slabs to the crucifixes. Please come forward, let us know that you're here. Perhaps you enjoyed paranormal, perhaps you're interested in ghosts. Alright, so let's just go and see what Andy, if he's picked anything up. Did you get any messages?
Vision, gruesome, one bad spirit, magic, move.
One bad spirit.
And medium.
Really? That sounds like the person here connected with paranormal then, doesn't it? One bad spirit, magic, and what was the other one? Medium.
Medium.
Perhaps we've been...
I see you.
Okay, so if you can see us, come forward and talk to us.
Walk right.
Shall I have a walk then?
Yeah, you're going to have a walk around. Do you want to take the camera? And I'll stay with necrophonic? Or do you want to take necrophonic?
Well, do you want to check?
Yeah, you go around with the camera now.
Doubtfully.
And I'll take the... let you know if anything comes when you come back.
Yeah, if you keep it straight up,
Yeah.
you get more. Just keep it a bit forward.
It's alright, it's going through the thing, it's scanning.
Yeah, just keep it like that.
Alright, go for a walk round. Jack.
Okay, so I'm going to have a walk round, see whether Alison comes up. I'm asking, is there anybody here in this graveyard? Anybody that we have to be aware of? You know, yeah, it's not normally me on camera, is it? I figured out how to do it. Yeah. Can you tell Alison on that device how many spirits are here? Oops. How many spirits are here and who they are? Can you give her some names? Can you tell us what this place was? This place that I'm looking at now. Can you tell us what that place was? But yeah, I mean, wait. I've always wanted to do this place, but I've never really got round to it. It's quite new to me. Can you tell us any spirits in this graveyard? How old this church is? How old this graveyard is? These look very old graves. I mean, 1800s. These are the old graves. These here, you can tell. These are the old ones. These are really old. These, I think, the other two places and this place, we're gonna have to come back and do this sometime at night when it's dark. Definitely, without a doubt. I mean, oh God, look at that. I mean, that's definitely a vampire in it. And when you look at that, it's like somebody's trying to get out. But can you give Alison a message? Can you tell us how old you are? I mean, it did say at one point. See, that's not boarded up or nothing like that. So it makes you wonder: is this do they still use this place? I mean, to be honest with you, it looks a bit... it looks a bit run down in there to me. But I can't honestly. But yeah, it's a nice little place. I think this will be absolutely brilliant at night because it's very. I mean, they're all old. They're all old graves. I mean, most of these in here are old. But can you give Alison a message? Yeah. Tell her there's a bad man coming round the corner. Yeah. Well, this has been quite interesting. Right, I want to go around the corner. So, Alison's sat in the chair, so it's not paranormal. That's not a ghost. That's Alison.
So I got We Are Lost Souls.
Yeah.
Surround.
Yeah.
And then when I asked, are you going to surround me? It said not likely. And then it said path. So I said, are you following Andy up the path? And it said you will. And then it said I will leave. So there's all these significant answers going on while you were going around there.
No, that's interesting.
Were you knocking on the church door?
I've not knocked on the church door.
It sounded like someone was knocking on, not this door or around the corner. I thought you were you knocking on the church door to see if anyone knocked back?
Do you know, I never thought. Is it?
Do you want to try?
I'll tell you what.
I heard knocking anyway, so I thought it was
There's
you.
that older door around there that looks as though it's...
Okay.
So I'm going to go round.
Yeah.
I'm going to see whether I can get anything up.
Well, I heard not like, and I thought it was you knocking on the door.
No, I'm not.
I thought you was doing that.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock at midnight. We've got to come in here at midnight one time, haven't we?
Oh, in here? I think it's brilliant because that bit round there is very old, isn't it? I'll go round and I'll do my usual.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, because that looks a bit newer.
Bedroom. Okay.
So I'll go and knock on the old bit of the door and then I'll come round.
But I'm just going to come and knock on the door right now, so would you like to...
Oh, sorry, I panned. Oh dear, I panned round too fast.
Yeah, it said that to me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference to the...
No, I know it doesn't. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't do anything too fast.
I know that.
I'm built for comfort, not for speed. So I've got to go and do my usual of knocking on the door. And if somebody knocks back now, mind you, it's not so bad because it's daylight. You know. No. I would love to be doing this late at night, but sadly, we have to earn a living and we have to be up early in the morning. So, yeah, and but next week we're going to be going camping for a week. So we're going to be down south. We're going to be doing possibly 2 or 3 locations a day. So it's going to be mad when we come back and trying to get it all uploaded and all out. But just to let you know that we have not disappeared. We're just away. We put all the new stuff on when we come back. So we should have some good luck. We've got some really good ones lined up. So yeah, that's all good news. All good news. I'd just like to thank everybody who's subscribing, everybody who's watching. Yeah, we're doing our best, you know. For 2 people who, you know, we work 10, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. We only get time to film at weekends. So, you know, we're not high up on editing and stuff like that. So what most of the stuff is uncut, raw, uncut. And I think in a way that's how I like it, because it stops there being anybody saying, oh, you're mixing that in, you're adding this, you're adding that. It's not. What's on film is on film. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it happens. But anyway, I am going to knock on the door. Let's have a see. If somebody knocks back, I'll jump out. Anyway, here we go. Can you knock back? Try again. Obviously nobody in. But, well, you never know, do you? You never know. Somebody, I mean, I did have one experience where somebody did knock back anyway. Well, I don't know whether they knocked back, but to me, it wasn't so much a knock, it sounded like somebody moving furniture. But that, from what I can gather, is what people have experienced at the Skirriding graveyard. You know, now this seems all new, and that round there seems old. You know, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. No, that's not spirit. That's Alison. Once again.
Do you know what? I've just pieced together some really significant messages here.
Yeah.
Now, it started out with bedroom, and then it went look on top, threatening. So I was asking, what were you? Was there something in your bedroom that somebody found and they threatened you about it? What was and then it said music. So I said, what kind of music? Were you hiding your music? You know, were you not allowed to listen to that kind of music? And then it came Pride. So I started going on about gay Pride. I said, well, it's actually Pride month at the minute in the UK. June. Is it gay Pride? Is it that? And then it said Anne. So I said, who are you? Were you gay? Were you not accepted by your family that you were gay? And I tried to find out what year it to come from and all of that. And I said, were you one of the people that took their lives down in Suicide Woods? And it said Woods. It came up Woods.
Oh.
And now it says Standing Inside. And there's another female name, Christina. So I'm wondering if this is not someone whose parents found out she was gay and it wasn't acceptable.
They could have been.
I mean, I'm only piecing together from the messages. So I know I've just got you going the wrong way. So maybe that isn't the story, but maybe. Most likely, you're going the wrong way. It says Christina and then you're going the wrong way. But the way that it was going, the conversation, the answers was like, it was a gay person who'd been caught, like with music, you know, like stuff that they associate with Pride and Pride festivals. And I said it's Pride month right now. It's Pride month in England right now, and it just said, so I said,
maybe.
Why are you here in this graveyard? Did you take your life in Suicide Woods? And it said Woods, so I'm thinking.
Oh, with that story, what you were saying.
You know, it seems to add up, doesn't it, that?
Could be that she still doesn't want people knowing.
But if you think about it though, if people were gay in the Victorian times, it was really unacceptable back then. You know, if you had to hide it, you weren't allowed. I mean, all right, there were some people that were out and proud about it, but didn't really care. You know, flamboyant people like the writer, I think Oscar Wilde, people like that. But think about people that lived, you know, ordinary lives. They were part of the community, part of the church community and all of that. What about those people if they were gay, whether they were men or women? It would have been unacceptable, and it wouldn't have been so easy to be able to come forward and say that you were.
And then there was that one that we just finished the series about.
Did you knock on the church door?
I did knock on it.
It's just said knock on it.
Yeah, I did knock on it.
Knock on it and certain.
Am I knocking on the wrong one? Shall I knock on this one?
Did you knock on the oldest door?
I'll knock on this one then. I'll go and knock on.
So I do find with this that if you start a conversation with someone, when you get a name and you start a conversation, you can get like some significant answers.
You just say standing outside.
Standing outside, yeah.
What I did.
That sounded to me like someone who the parents found out that she was gay and it wasn't accepted, and that possibly she took her life in the woods. Maybe she only went down and contemplated it, but it just seemed all to add up.
She still might not want to admit it, even now.
Well, it depends what era she came from. It depends what kind of a family she came from. Were they deeply religious? Is that why they're attached to this church? Or it depends on the family, doesn't it, really? If they're open-minded hippies, like my family, and nobody cares, you know. But a lot of people were brought up in really strict church religions, and it's not so easy for them people to come out and say, yeah, I am, or, you know, and they would hide it away, and then people in the house would find things and say, you know, they must be gay, and it must be so difficult for people that are not allowed. They'll get thrown out if they're gay. You know, I have friends back in college that got kicked out of their families because for being gay. You know, back in the 80s, and it's like, what the hell? You know, my parents would have accepted it, but then that's my family.
Yeah.
But other people's families are not so open about, you know, different things. Six spirits. Maybe we've attracted some spirits around by talking about it.
So I'll go knock on the door.
Yeah, do that and see if you get anything back.
I'll go and knock on this door. Knowing my luck, there'll be somebody in.
Priest will probably come out and say, what do you want? You've been round 3 times.
Well, nobody knocks on that side. Probably no my luck, alarm will go off. Here we go. Sadly, there's nobody in. They're not playing me game. Nobody wants to speak to me. Oh well, I'll keep that son. Yeah, so nobody wants to talk to me. No, the church won't let me in. But then again, I'm not surprised.
So we just had 6 spirits and killed, so that might be like a road accident or something.
Tell you what I'm going to do, I'll give you the camera back and I'll have a wander around with that, see whether anything...
Yeah, see what you pick up.
You can ask questions and see whether... You can ask some questions here.
Yeah.
And see whether they come up round there.
Okay, yeah, do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, alright, maybe,
you just ask. I'll not ask anything while I'm round there.
Okay.
I'll see what comes up.
Yeah,
so the last thing I got through was horrible. So when I come back, I can show you what has come up.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, let's try that. That's one thing we've never done before. So we'll wait till Andy goes out of earshot, and then we'll ask... so you can come through the necrophonic app that Andy has with him right now and answer him these questions. How many spirit people are here, please, right now, who want to communicate? And can you give me your names? And the story with Anne, did we get that story right, that you were gay and it wasn't accepted and you went off to take your life, or perhaps you didn't take your life but you met someone and left with that person? If you can give us any more information relating to that story. And we've just had a message through 6 spirits and killed. So for the 6 spirits that were killed, were you in some sort of road accident, or were you in some sort of accident in some other place involving something else? And if you were, could you please go to Andy now and give him the details through the necrophonic app? Are there any other spirit people would like to come forward with any messages? And you're also able to speak to me here because I can pick you up too on the camera. Have you ever shown yourself around this church as an orb or a mist or a wraith? And what era, what year did you die? What era did you live? What decade did you come from? Give us a rough, was it Victorian times? Was it 1920s, 1940s, 50s, 70s, more recent? So you can answer Andy on his necrophonic app, and we'll see if any of the questions that we've asked relate, to the answers. So this is a great grave for Halloween. The party is just up the road at Rivington Hall Barn. In the past we have come down here in fancy dress, so I think this year what we're going to do is, after the Rivington Hall Barn party, Halloween, we'll come down to this graveyard. Last time we went to St Peter's Churchyard and did the Halloween graveyard special there, but this time I think we'll come and do this one. How do you feel about Halloween parties and people coming doing paranormal in the churchyard? Are you for it, or are you against it? Have you got any messages for people like us that have a paranormal YouTube? So many people are doing paranormal right now. And if you have any thoughts and feelings on that, you can make yourself known again on the necrophonic app. be interested to see what Andy has picked up on. This church also dates back, 300 years. And my dad used to bring me up here at Halloween as a kid, walking through this graveyard with the lantern, the Swede pumpkin lantern, and just looking out for ghosts. So for me, it began at a very early time. I was about 6 years of age when my dad used to take me around all these haunted places looking for ghosts. So it's become like a way of life. I've always continued it, whatever age, wherever I've been, it's always been the same. It's just a normal thing for me to do. And I think a lot of what your parents were interested in does kind of brush off on you when you're older. So, do we have any names of any people, Victorian people please, who are buried further down there in the crucifix graves? Please come forward and tell me who you are. If you can give me a name and tell me where you are buried, that would be amazing. And I would like to thank you, spirit people, for helping us in our quest to gain knowledge and messages, because we have had contact with many, many spirits now, and we have total respect. Whatever your story is, we are prepared to hear it, and we don't make judgment. Yeah, we might rant and rave about this and that, it's normal life, but we don't make any particular judgment on any particular people or way of life or anything like that. And if we have offended anyone along the way on this series, I sincerely apologise, because it was not intended at all. I can hear Andy now, he's over there amongst the graves. He's actually gone over to those crucifix graves now, which we just asked about, so let's just see if he gets anything. So did you belong to any of those crucifix graves? Is one of them yours, or a family member? So we'll see what he comes back with. Oh wait, he's got a name, didn't we just say? We just said, can you give us a name? I heard him say Barbara, so he must have got a name. So that's good. If you get things that connect up, especially when you're separated, like when you do Esther's box method with the headphones and the radio, that's a pretty good method, because they can't hear what you're saying and you're asking the spirit and the messages are coming back. Okay, what did you get?
He will not what? What will he not? Not talk to me? Oh,
What messages have you had?
What's come through?
Really?
Oh. Yeah, not so much. Haunted house when I walked up to that building.
Yeah.
And then it said walk forward. Barbara, Thomas.
We did ask for names.
Barbara, Thomas. 5 spirits, curse, hell.
Well, one question we did ask was, were you killed in an accident, or were you several spirits together killed in an accident?
It said minor.
Oh, we didn't ask about minors.
Minor, murder.
Maybe the minor disaster. There's been some of them up here.
It actually turned to me on this, and it turned to speech mode.
Did it?
Yeah. So I did, and I couldn't hear what, I couldn't understand what. Strong.
What other messages did you have?
Are you very strong? How many people are here? How many, can you tell me? But when I stood where that tree was,
yeah.
And I very, very rarely get that corner of the eye thing where you see on this path, like a corner of the eye.
Oh, really?
Quickly saw something and it had gone.
Well, we mentioned those graves. There's a lot of crucifixes over there, isn't there? So I asked if you're a Victorian person and you belong to those graves, can you come forward?
Phenomena. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Stop.
Well, one of the questions that we asked was, can you show yourself on camera as an orb or a wraith or a mist? Have you been seen around here? So maybe phenomena is related to that.
Yeah. I'm going to see whether you get anything different on... I'll try the house box.
Do you want to go over to them crucifix graves?
Yeah, I know.
Because there's a few of them there, and I like them. They're really sort of spooky Victorian graves, and them are the kind of... Sorry about that shot of the sky, guys, then. I'm just trying to get my rucksack back on. Anyway, we'll go over to the crucifix graves, because there's a little bit of, like, there's atmosphere about them, isn't there? So before we wrap it up, let's just take a walk over there. I want to take a thumbnail of them anyway, because there's just so many of them all in one spot, and I guess it's like... There must have been like a phase in the Victorian times, an era of fashion where everybody wanted the crucifix grave and they all kind of went one after the other. We went from these flat slabs in about the 1850s to these tablet type, to the crucifixes. So I'm guessing that these must have come into fashion. Somebody must have started creating these and everybody then wanted the crucifix. There's some really artistic ones, like this white one here. Look at this one. I like that. And then there's one with a shroud hanging off it here. But I think this is the back of it, so let's go to the front of it. And the Celtic one, Luke. But there was a priest scene. Look at that one with the drape over it. So there was a Celtic cross in the village centre, like this one here. Where a priest had been, to be honest... No, it's somebody's grave. The Celtic cross in the village centre, they seem to have moved it, but there's a Celtic cross exactly like that in the village centre. And there's been a priest seen going past it. They've seen him back in the 1970s, I know for sure, because it got in the local paper. But I think he's been seen since. So, are there any spirit people who would like to come forward amongst these crucifix graves and make yourself known? It's your last chance to show yourself before we wrap this up and we go.
It's your feet to toe.
I don't know who you am, sadly, I don't.
Why would you say you do know me? Give us a name.
You give me guide? Are you a guide?
Oh,
you know me, guide.
we need a name then if you're one of the spirit guides.
Can you tell me your name then? If you're one of our guides, can you walk down?
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll walk down.
If you're a guide, can you tell us your name? Don't go.
But the camera's going to run out
I'm
soon.
going to have to go at some point, I'm afraid. Flashing? Or
I think it
are
means
you going to make a flash?
this will be flashing in a minute when battery's gone.
Something like that.
These look more recent, these, to be fair. Yeah, 1966. When I say recent, I mean the last kind of 50 years. I like the Victorian ones more. They've got more character about them. It was real work of art, this stone masonry.
Which item is it attached to?
Suicide? Really? Over there?
Somebody. Are you somebody who ended their life on the path where we've just been and are buried in this graveyard? Don't have to tell me your name or anything like that or anything that happened. Can you just tell me, say yes, girl? So, am I right in saying that you ended your life down the path, a girl? Are you buried in this graveyard?
Maybe not, because suicides weren't allowed to be buried in graveyards. Only
12.
Only up to a certain time they stopped that. They let people get buried in... Well...
Is 12 your age or is 12 the amount?
There was Chipping Village. She was allowed to be... Elizabeth Dean was buried in the churchyard.
Yeah, but that was...
Around the back of the church, but they weren't really allowed. They had to be buried out of consecrated ground, so they've been buried over the church wall and places like that.
Can you tell us a bit more about who you are? What's your name? Are you a man or a woman? Did I see you on that path?
They know who you are.
They know who you are. Do they know who I am? Well, go on. If you know who we are, can you say,
Stay with you.
our names stay with you? Can you say one of our names?
Drive.
Right.
Ghost is here.
Ghost is here.
Really? Who's Ghost?
Oh.
Ronald.
Ronald.
Oh, right. That's strong.
That's, you got Ronald, so that's the name then.
That needs it.
What, in this direction?
It's me. Ronald. Whoever Ronald is, he's very strong.
See.
Are you here, Ronald? Ronald? Are you here, Ronald?
Whereabouts will we see you?
Show yourself on camera if you can. Even if it's just an orb. There are some midges flying about, guys, so be careful that you don't catch like that and think it's an orb. Midges dance about, you can tell the difference. Orbs are like a shooting stars.
1980s.
1980s?
1980s, black.
Really? So maybe the newer grave is over there, gravestone.
Kids.
Is this going back to Suicide Woods again? 1980s. Black. Because when we were down there we got Africa, didn't we? I'm just wondering if somebody took the life and there's no bench with the name. You know, like we don't know that person. Don't have any record.
Really strong magnetic interference here.
Right here.
For something.
I was drawn to these crucifix graves the minute we come in. So I don't know if there's some presence down here or what. But I like the white one in particular, that one there.
That's he's steady on that all the time.
So who's Ronald? Which grave is yours?
Who are you?
These are like vampires' graves, these ones. Yeah. You could look, they buried him under the tree. Maybe they planted the tree for him. That's how big it's gone now.
You know, a lot of these are Ainsworth.
Yeah, Ainsworth.
Ainsworth.
Seriously, that's the Smithers Hall. Lostock Dean. Of Lostock Dean, who went home on Friday morning. Blessed are the pure in heart. Alright, so some of the Ainsworths must have moved on to other areas of Bolton then.
It's very Celtic cross that though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm really quiet.
Yeah, it has now, but I was drawn. That Celtic one is just like the one that used to be in the town centre, the village centre. I don't know if they've moved it because I haven't seen it, have you?
Spirit.
One spirit.
Who are you, please?
Who are
What's
you?
your name?
Can you tell us whereabouts you are?
Yeah.
90.
90.
Was that your age, or was that the year that you died?
Passed away.
Uncertain.
Well, you might not know his age. Some people didn't back then.
That's a bit.
I don't know what's on it, whether it's a bird or something. Looks like a bird, a dove. It's probably a dove, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at things like that.
Yeah.
That's a dog.
Yeah, it's a dove. Well, that's what I was saying before to camera. It's like the craftsmanship in these. It's amazing, isn't it?
But do you think before that was always on 100? When we
Yeah.
sat there, it's got down over here.
How's it? So we're getting to that then.
Something.
I like that one though with the shroud over it. Yeah, that one there.
Yeah. Oh God, I didn't see that.
It's nice, isn't it? With the shroud draped down. If you think about actually chiselling that out of stone, the work that went into it. You don't get these kinds of graves nowadays.
You don't.
The craftsmanship's all gone. If we were to have a competition on the best crucifix gravestone, then we had to judge them. I'd probably pick the white one. I think I picked this one. It's hard to. These are my favourite too, anyway.
Then again, that's very unusual, that.
Yeah, it is. But it's rotted a bit now, and it's full of moss.
Yeah, that was chattering away, and it's just so quiet now.
Right.
It's said uncertain. It's gone so quiet on it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not. And that intrigues me. That.
Yeah.
Well, you can get a certain bit where it's
And then it stops.
and then it just stops, and then it's like. I've said what I wanted to say. Negative. Oh, so. Is it something that's negative, or am I being negative over my suggestion? That I'm just saying that sometimes you get a bombardment, and then
Of names, don't we? Do you remember
And
St. Peter's at Halloween?
yeah,
We had just name after name after name, didn't we?
but you can get bombarded, and then for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you'll get nothing for half an hour.
Yeah.
But one thing I have noticed, no matter what I use, as soon as I go on the Ouija board, whatever I'm using does not come up with one word, one saying, one thing.
Yeah.
And that for me is evidence. It's like, well, we can't use two things. You're contacting somebody through the board. They can't use two things at the same time, because they're like a normal person.
Yeah.
You couldn't be operating two things at the same time. You know, like using two computers. I mean, some people are, but using two computers at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And that for me is evidence when you get it, that when you're using a Ouija board, nothing else. You might, your EMF might flash or something like that, but you don't get any speech coming through.
Yeah.
Because they're using the board, and that's something that
2000s.
2000s.
No, it's
So that's
recent.
now, isn't
Then
it?
we're over there, then new graves.
Yeah. So,
Well, whilst we're standing amongst the graves, should we wrap it up now, because we've done 45 minutes?
Yeah. That's
All right.
a good point to.
Yeah. So, from Rivington, so there's three.
Yeah,
Part
that
one
was-
is the
been
Rivington
good.
Hall Barn, the
That's been
Victorian
good.
children. Part two is the Suicide Forest. And part three is this church and this graveyard. So, once again, thank you for watching. And thank you for
like I said
subscribing.
before, thanks for.
Thank you to the regular viewers, and thank you to the new subscribers this weekend.
Yeah.
And take care, and we'll see you all soon. So we're going to be going on a road trip down the south coast for a week.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be loading anything up until for 2 weeks after these 3 videos have gone on. So don't worry, we haven't been abducted by aliens.
No.
That's the rumour that's going around right now, but we're still here at the present minute. And so after this, it'll be a couple of weeks before we start loading any new things up,
Well,
and that'll be the south of England.
But like I said before, we'll probably got a lot of stuff going on. But I did say we were going, and we've probably a few that we've planned, and maybe a few surprises that we don't even know about yet. So
Yeah, if we find any abandoned and stuff en route, we'll just be in it. We can get it, we'll get
be
in it.
We'll be in like
Yeah.
a rat up a drain pipe.
Yeah. So on that note, guys, take care, and we'll see you all very soon.
See you soon.
Bye.